Alrighty, we are back with part 2 of our visit to Eekum Bookum Studios. We went back the following day for a production day so we can show you guys how the mugs are actually made. And John was kind enough to let us film a lot of this. Okay, so all tiki mugs start with a good sculpt. An experienced sculptor will keep a few things in mind. You want to avoid undercuts, and you want to think about where your mold lines are going to be. Once the sculpt is finished, a plaster mold is made of the sculpt, and from that plaster mold, a silicone mold is made so that production molds can be made.
These are production molds, so we make the original mold, and we make that from the sculpture.
Right.
And then we can only pour 2 mugs a day out of one mold.
Right.
So I have to make a silicone mold of the original mold so that I'm able to make more production molds. Yeah. So like if I'm making, for Oasis, we do 600 molds. 600 mugs, and if I could only pour two a day,
it'll take you a year.
And so I'll end up making 30 molds, so I can pour 60 of them a day. So that's what the original mold. And now I can just pour plaster in this every 45 minutes to make another mold. So we do 2 things. We make like individual mugs, like for Oasis and stuff, and they're a one-time shot. When the molds are done, we throw them away.
Right.
But we also make reoccurring mugs for bars, and they call me up and they're like, "Hey, make me another 24, make me another 50," and we keep those molds on hand. So that's what these molds are: the Tonga hut, the reef, things like that.
Repeat
on
order.
the beach corner.
Once you've got your production molds all cured, you're ready to start filling them with slip. Slip is kind of like a liquid clay that you pour into the mold, which takes the shape of the mold. Leave it in there for maybe like an hour or so, and then pour out the excess, and then let it sit in the mold overnight. I know that some mug makers like to leave them in there for maybe 24 hours. And once that 24-hour period has passed, you can open up the mold and gently pull the mug out of it. At this point, it's still very soft, and I don't know if fragile is the right word, but if you're not careful, it can still crumble. It's really just organized dirt clods at this point. I mentioned mold lines. You can see the mold lines here where all the pieces of the mold meet. And so part of the cleaning process is to trim all of those mold lines off and smooth that out. Sometimes you're going to lose some detail, so part of the cleaning process is sometimes sculpting some of that detail back in. So again, an experienced sculptor would keep all of these things in mind to minimize all of that so that the cleanup work is not as time consuming as it potentially could be. This can be tedious. Actually, every step of the process is tedious. From the sculpting to the mold making to the cleaning of the mugs. And you can see here how time consuming this can be if you're having to do a couple hundred of them. Once you've cleaned all the mugs that you want to glaze, you need to fire them first, turn them into stoneware, and then the glazing process begins. So John's team starts with a glazing strategy. There may be sometimes the client has a colorway in mind or colorways in mind, or sometimes he's trying to emulate something that he's recreating in ceramic. The glazing department of the shop has thousands of colors, These are the glazes back here.
Yeah, those are all glazes.
Wow.
And then we have, they're set up, the ones that commonly
And this
used.
is where you spray them.
That's right, you spray those.
And then these are the commonly used ones.
Yeah, and they're just ones that we make and or out of the bottle.
Right.
And then this side is all underglazes. So those are real glazes. They have a shine to them. These are underglazes, which
These are the underglazes,
yeah,
okay.
that we use to put on it.
Here you can see John spraying on an underglaze. And so what the underglaze is the first color of the mug. After the underglaze is sprayed on, details are hand painted on, which comes from a schematic that they use to help identify where certain colors go on the mug.
So we're gonna do his thing and leave the glass, clear, and then we're gonna paint yellow on these 3 balls right here. They're gonna be like Christmas bells, like jingle bells.
Okay.
So this yellow.
Okay.
Wow, one light at a time.
One red light at a time. One color at a time.
Very time consuming.
It takes a little bit.
After that's done, the mugs are fired.
And then we can spray it with other things, and that's already baked on.
After this first firing, the mugs are glazed on the inside using a glaze fountain.
Let it drain.
This is a fountain that John basically modified from a fountain that he picked up at a home improvement store. Next step is glazing the whole mug. As you can see here, and then afterwards, those are sponged off, leaving that glaze in all the cracks and crevices, enhancing the detail of the sculpt. At this point, the mugs are fired one more time. Oh, these are the kilns.
Yep, we run 4 kilns. It's Sunday night, so that everything's done. But
Right.
typically they run 24 hours a day. They take up a lot of electricity, so we can only have 2 of them running at a time. But we got one running while one's loading while one's cooling. It just rotates.
Right.
It's one of the things I'm awesome at repairing.
Yeah,
kilns.
you're a kiln serviceman now.
You really have to learn how to do it.
How many can you fit in each one of these?
Depends on the size. It's usually like 24 per shelf, and we can put typically 2 shelves in. We're doing coconut mugs, we can put 75 in.
Right.
If we were doing your Tangeroa, we can put like 14.
Oh, really?
No, yeah, because they're just big.
Because they're just bigger. Yeah.
So
Wow. Very cool. And when they come out of the kiln that last time, you have the finished product.